Hello everyone, welcome to Hidden Collections. Today is a mail day. I've tried to just insert mail into openings, but now I've actually I actually got a lot of mail in yesterday, so it was like, hey, why don't I share what I'm getting and kind of there might be more videos like this coming out too, with what my plans were to do more of with the channel, like in PSA. I'm sure if you haven't heard about PSA news, I'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, it's kind of like putting a damper on things. But I'm going to start off with, I just grabbed, the hits and stuff from, actually, I got some unexpected mail because of the weather. Things have slowed down here in the United States, like mail. I got something, I'm like, who's this from? Oh, it was from PokeReb's last month's opening. So we got some reverse hollows, hollow sand, Zapdos. We got the reverse hollow Charmander, so good one there. We got a shining Voltorb and the Lycanroc GX. So just the hits out of that. The Voltorb's probably the most expensive thing out of all of them. Next up is a pickup I got. I tried to offer. The person rejected my offer, but I looked at the cards that were in it, and I was like, okay, I'll just buy it. Like, the offer was probably like 20% of what they're asking for. But it's EX era cards. So EX, not EX era, XY era cards. So XY is really kind of starting to pick up a little bit faster than probably a lot of people know. Some of these are in better condition. Like, this is a actual XY base Venusaur. It's a little play on top. Like, these are just kind of like the bigger the smaller cards, I would say. I think the Rayquaza's worth a little. Thought about doing prices for mail. I'm just gonna go through them. I'm just gonna go through. I know some of the prices, like the Mega Mewtwo is worth a little bit. We got Gardevoir from the Radiant Collection from Generations. We got Mega Gardevoir. I finally have one in my possession. I searched for Shaman, the regular one, and this one. This is, this is a big reason why Roaring Skies got reprinted, because this card was in like every competitive deck. And so we got Machamp EX. We got Wailord. We actually have a Tauros GX. Is the only GX card. Seismitoad. We got Mewtwo EX Full Art. We got Secret. This card and the next card were worth the whole purchase of all of those cards right here. So we got Mewtwo EX Secret Rare. So this is 164. So I think there's 163 or 165 in it. So the other Mewtwo. So I think it would be the other one of that one with the Photon Wave instead of Shatter Shot. So the next card is, I dropped it, is the Charizard EX promo. So this card, I believe, is somewhere, we'll talk about it, is somewhere in the neighborhood of $30. This card right here, because Generations is exploded, is a $50 promo now, somewhere in that area. So, but yeah, it was those two cards was the biggest reason. I'm using the last three cards that showed the Mewtwo's and this card into another topic, so I'm kind of putting them in sleeves off to the side over here. That's not the right card. I grabbed the Seismitoad. Because it's gonna get into like the PSA stuff and everything. So kind of a mail day PSA discussion type of thing. So let's get these before they scatter everywhere. Next pickup is I'm starting to get some more vintage stuff, looking for deals. So I picked up, most of these were for a very good price. I don't know I got, was it 12 non-hollow jungle rares. So you say 12, but I'm going to show 6, but the other ones are on, they put 2 cards in each top loader. They're both in sleeves themselves, so they're not touching each other. So this one's actually a double Nidoqueen, so We got Vileplume, we got Flareon, missing Jolteon and Vaporeon. I don't think a Venomoth and Snorlax Kangaskhan. We got a Kangaskhan and we didn't get a Snorlax. So I think that's the 4 that I'm missing. So 16, I think, somewhere in there. Next up, got some Rocket Lot here. So I think the only first edition is the Dratini, but Dark Charmeleon. In pictures, it's hard to tell. This one's in a little bit rougher shape than I would have liked. Same with this Dark Vaporeon, because sometimes they take the pictures and they're like this, they hide them underneath. So we got Dark Vaporeon, Dark Jolteon are the bigger, those 3 as uncommons. Charmeleon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, all bigger on the Dark Persian, Meowth, Dark Kadabra. We got Squirtle. It's not in the best of shape, but kind of getting them. We got the Dark Arbok. If anybody's like, as you can see, it says 99 to 23,000. It's on all of them, but the Wizard Stamp one, the gold stamp with the W on it, I believe that's the only one that actually says 99 to 2,000. It's corrected on that. I lied about first edition Dark Trio, non-hollow. It's rough shape up here in the corner. I'm sure the back. I mean, some people send pictures. Like I said, there probably might have been another card covering it, but I saw Dark Trio or picture quality, and then we have a Dark Alakazam first edition. So some of these I would consider like the first edition cards, like to be graded, but it's kind of non-hollow ones with that much going for them. I just say, I'm like, no thank you on that. So you got this. So I'm going to talk about a couple things here. With PSA grading, I'm going to show off my new smaller submission because they've changed pricing and minimums. So we got my Lugia break from Saturday from getting that. Discuss this card a little bit harder when I get through all these. I'm going to do in this submission my Vaporeon from last week, my 2 Shining Ho-Hos. Got some real cool cards from my local card shop. This, I'm going to put these down to try to hide. So it's a Clink, and you can tell something's missing. It's completely miscut on the top. They've taken off that, and you can see on the bottom, the next card in line. It's hard to tell, but there is a little bit of color. And then right here, as I block it, that black dot is the cut dot. So it's where the cutters are supposed to cut the cards. So this one's going off, it's got whitening around it. It'll probably OC7, OC8, or not OC, MC, miscut card. So as you can see, there's the miscut on that one. So it's most miscut cards, you're just going for the miscut part of it. The next one up is actually another miscut. So it's a Pikachu from Evolutions. It's not original. As you can see, it clearly has a lot of the card above it. It's actually Ghastly. It's the Ghastly. You can see the little black dot right here where it was supposed to cut it, but this sheet somehow, when it was rolling through, probably got snagged somewhere, and so when it didn't grab properly, so then the cutter just cuts, it pulls the sheet like it's supposed to enough to cut each time, but it was misaligned, so you get this. And yeah, all that on the bottom's missing. Like everything you see at the top, like the artist, the date, and the card number and set symbol, all gone there. So I'm adding it to my new 10 card submissions. Then we have Charmander, and I believe it's supposed to be Porygon is the card on top of it, but it is also missing quite a bit. So you can see on how much of the other card is on there. So these are not in, like there's white, like I was saying, there's whitening and other things with it. They're not pristine miscut cards, so they're probably going to get sevens or eights, maybe not, shouldn't be six. This one actually might get a six. I don't know if you can see right here. There's an indentation of some sort. I'm trying to block the light so it doesn't, right there. So this one could maybe drop lower, but it's the fact how miscut it is, and it's just getting it slab to protect it from any further. And then the last three were the three cards I was talking about. I'm adding the Mewtwo, both Mewtwo's and the Charizard to this one, because now with submissions, PSA's literally doubled their price for submissions and cut the minimum amount of cards you need because they did double. So it used to be you could submit at $10 a piece, 20 card minimum, so it's a $200 order. Now it's minimum of 10 cards at $20 each on the bulk. So it's still a $200 order, but it's half the cards coming. They're really trying to do this to they're probably trying to make more. They are trying to make more money. I mean, they're a company that offers a grading service, and people are making a lot of money off of what they're doing. So they're probably thinking they're deserving that they should get a bigger cut into it. And so we can't blame them for it. And it's to help weed out some of the cards that some people are sending cards. I don't even know if I have a card, like more like cheapy cards, making a little bit of money here and there off of them. If people are doing that, like cards that you're like, why are you getting that graded? I mean, some people do grade the cheap cards to make a whole set, but I think it's going to stop people from sending as many in and stuff, and it's just going to probably snowball. A lot of people are upset. I saw it on Instagram, seen it on other platforms. It's just a lot of people are upset about it. The real surprise is this card in the submission. I know it's Lugia, but on eBay, I'll try to I'll put it up there. PSA 10s of this card right now on eBay, I think there should be two of them if I put it up on there, are selling for, their asking price is $2,000 a piece. $2,000. If I remember, there's about 36, I think, 10s in the pop. And one sold for, it was a best offer. It was for sale for $2,000 and it lined through it. So I know there's a way to see into what it was actually offered at, but the card sold probably for well over $1,000. If it was an offer, the person probably maybe took like a $1,500 offer, $1,750. Who knows what it is? But unfortunately, these would be a 10 card submission. Or a 20 card submission, so I'd have more cards I'd try to send out with these, but now I'm picking and choosing, especially what cards I'm going to be sending now to PSA. So that's why this is a 10 card submission. A submission, the next one up is actually another submission that I actually snuck in right before they changed it. So at this level, it was $50 a card. Now I believe it's the $100 for the regular is $100 a card now. So I snuck them in. So I got this card, this Nidoking. I got it off. I kind of sniped it a little bit off of eBay. It looked really good. I mean, the centering's a little off, but it's just a excellent looking card. And card that you've already seen before from last week is my German Blastoise. This card is going, and then if you're on my Instagram and saw this picture from last week, I got these two cards in. Is actually my Gyarados, my Shadowless Gyarados, and my Shadowless Ninetales. So I was able to sneak these four cards in on the cheaper submission. I think they have to honor it because I already put it in. A lot of people, I think, were trying to get submissions in because they felt something was coming or knew something was coming, because last week PSA stopped working. Like the whole website was working. You had to do like those click through, like, are you a person or are you a bot? But I don't have to do that anymore because everyone found out what happened. So like I said, it's going to be a little bit different. I have a lot of PSA submissions still there that are being graded, so I'm going to have some bigger ones, but then future videos might be less, like the 10 cards or something like that. It sucks. I was really hoping to start positioning myself within the community and trying to help grow to be able to get more. So like I'm kind of like stuck in the stuck right now at like this weird pause right now, I feel. So that's why I'm trying to bring more of these things. I want, like, the biggest thing is like pack openings. It's trying to, what's affordable for opening up packs, finding product to open, that stuff, being limited by others, by stores, by going into them. And so I'm kind of maybe shifting over to, I think about grading some of these other cards or something. I do the card show, to help the channel out to get stuff. So this is part of what the card show has done for me, able to pick up cards like this to be able to grade, and work on that stuff, and maybe start working on bigger, some of this stuff, is a little bit, would have thought about, grading this card. Probably Voltorb will at some point, just because the shining cards or the baby vault from Hidden Fates is starting on the rise. But that's my rant. I just looked and saw how much time there is. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the mail, like what I'm getting, kind of like, here's my PSA submissions and a little bit about what's going on with PSA. I mean, they do have I think it's around a 1.5 million card backlog. So them cutting the amount of cards that a lot of people are sending, or even cutting people kind of out of submitting cards right now, might help them catch up. They did get a new facility that they're probably paying for. They did hire more employees, so they got to pay for those people too. So when you add more of that stuff, it's going to be hit on the other side. So that's some of the things I think are missed. But I know it's late in the video. Hopefully everyone's still watching until this point, but I really do appreciate everyone that watches. Please do think about hitting that like button. Please do, if you feel like, leave a comment about PSA, or if you like the mail days. That's awesome. If you do like what I'm doing here now, always subscribe to the channel. If you like what it is, you'll get more videos like this. But until next time, have a great day. See you later.